You are now listening to the Highly Evolved Podcast with your host, Safan. Transmission will commence momentarily.
How you guys doing? This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. Before we start, just want to say this channel is only for a real American patriot. If you're not a real American patriot, please exit the channel. And on that note, guys, to start this channel, you can find me on Twitter and get.ai. On this episode, I want to introduce you to an article that I read and what President Trump has said about Pete Butt. I don't want to say his name. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. I'm just going to know him as Pete Butt. All right, a gay man had the name Butt in his last name. But the article saying Alfred E Neuman Trump nicknamed the millennial Pete Butt to show his generation gap. President Trump, I'll leave this article in the description below if you want to read it. President Trump dismissed the youngest candidate in the Democratic field by comparing him to a caricature created by decades from Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg, whatever, was even born. Decades before he was born, all right? Alfred E. Neuman cannot become president of the United States, Trump said when he asked the Politico what he thought about Buttigieg, the 37-year-old mayor of South Bend, Indiana. The reference is a gat-toothed, big-eared boy made famous from the mascot of Mad Magazine. Did just as much to show Trump age as Buttigieg. The magazine used an illustration on its cover back in 1956 as a write-in candidate for president. While firmly ubiquitous in pop culture, the popularity of this cartoon and the magazine peaked in 1970. Buttigieg, asked about the president's swap, admitted not to know the reference and trolled the president right back. This guy's an idiot, Buttigieg. I'll be honest, I had to Google that because he's an idiot. Even I know Alfred E. Neuman. All right, it's from Mad Magazine. I read it as a kid. I get my snack money and buy it like every week or every month, right? I just buy it for the in the back of the Mad Magazine. There's a folding pages, and then you read it. It show you when you fold the two pages together. It show you a hidden image within those folds. All right. So even I know about it, and I'm around his age. And if anything, I'm younger than him. All right. But even I know what Mad Magazine and Alfred E. Neuman was. This guy is so disconnected, right? He said, "I guess it's just a generational thing. I don't get the reference because you're an idiot, right? It's kind of funny, I guess. Because you look like him." Mad Magazine, whose Twitter bios is still in print, in return trolling Buttigieg for not knowing the cartoon. Who's Pete Buttigieg? Must be a generational thing. The magazine tweeted earlier Saturday morning. The millennial mayor plays up his youth as an asset. He fond of saying it will be a 2054 when he is the same age as Trump, making him a part of the generation that has the great long-term stake in the political decision made today. Trump used the nickname for his political opponent party as an overall political strategy to put them in a box of his own design. Once he pegged former Florida Governor Jeb Bush as low energy, Marco Rubio as Little Marco, in 2016 presidential opponent Hillary Clinton as Cricket Hillary, the name stuck. He's already stated on his potential 2020 challenger, calling Bernie Sanders Crazy Bernie, and more recent updating his moniker by Sleepy Joe Biden to Sleepy Creepy Joe. Alfred E. Neuman crack is Trump attempt to reduce Buttigieg as a goofy character. As he is. He's a goofy person. Bidding for attention. That's what he is, man. Buttigieg shrugged it off the presidential insult. I'm surprised he's not spending more time trying to salvage his China deal. He's in the process. This guy's an idiot. The mayor said, referring to stalling trade talks between U.S. and China. All right. While Buttigieg trailed Biden and Sanders, he has placed a high as third on some national poll, which is fake. So he's on Trump radar, while Trump has focused most on his attention on Biden. He took a few shots at Buttigieg in a recent rally, mocking the idea of young mayor sitting down with Chinese PG. Exactly. He does not look like a strong leader. How the hell are you going to compare Buttigieg with Vladimir Putin? How is he going to intimidate Vladimir Putin? All right? By his soft mannerisms, his his gentle voice, all right? His goofy outlooks. He's not the he's not the personification of a strong leader, all right? He's a wuss. Simp. Soy boy. Must have been all that soy he ate, man. But that would be great. I want to be in a room. I want to watch that, Trump said. Asked about Trump slinging him out in the Wednesday, Buttigieg told reporter, "You can't be too worried about name calling and the game he's playing." Yeah, because it's effective. He don't know. See, the thing with Democrat, they don't know how to insult people. They're too concerned about offending other people. They're too afraid of offending anybody else is within that same category. That's why the Democratic are so weak at insulting and making a combat. All right, they don't know how to take a joke. All right, but the article will go on saying, "I was thinking of China proverbs goes when the wind changes, some people building wall and some people building windmills." All right, that's the last of the article. I'll leave the article in the description below if you're interested in reading it. But yeah, I just found this article amusing and I just want to share with you guys that this guy really do like Alfred E Neuman. Alfred E Neuman is a big flappy ear guys with a gap tooth. It's just funny. Just look it up. Google Alfred E Neuman and you'll see what I'm talking about. He's uncanny look like him. His smile, his ear, his haircut, his complexion, perfect description. Alfred E Neuman. Trump nailed it big time. He perfectly described a person how they are. And he's just goofy. He's a goofy person. All right? Just look it up. Buttigieg, Pete Butt, and Alfred Neuman. Compare the two. They look almost identical. All right? But it's just funny. I just want to share something that's very funny what Trump just said. And what he said is true about Pete Butt. He looked like Alfred E. Neuman. And Pete Butt can't even rebuttal or counter what he just said. All right, he don't have no sense of humor. He don't have a combat for that. But let me know what you thought on this. You think is a great tweet? You think he do look like him? Let me know you agree. Because of that, Google's not sponsoring me. My channel is demonetized because I'm unscripted, unrehearsed, unedited. That means I can say whatever I want to say without any outside interference. I'm not bound by anybody but myself, right? But because of that, I'm not taking any donation because the point of this channel is to make people think and question, all right? I want to bring people back to reality and show them how the world works, all right? Because of that, I'm not taking any money from the thing. Because I'm not taking the money, you can follow me on social media, Twitter, and Gap.ai, and most importantly, subscribe. Because when you subscribe, it tells me that people are actually watching, and it encourages me to make more videos. Right? If you do like what I do and want to support me. But on that note, guys, let me know what you think. This is the Highly Evolved Podcast. I'll check you guys in the next broadcast. Thanks for listening, and you guys have a good day. Peace.